What's going on, YouTube? It's Sensei, the place to be channel trainer, Mr. Andy. Back you guys another midweek wrestling war. It's been a while since I've actually been on camera. Give you guys midweek wrestling war, and it's just me by myself. There's no prime time. Obviously, prime is on the road, so I'm not gonna stop by myself. And once again, we have been very inconsistent when it comes to these reviews, and my apologies about that because, like I said, I am trying to balance a lot on the channel. A lot has been happening. I am still fighting personal demons and things like that, so I'm trying to, get a comfortable balance. And also, been playing a lot of W2K22, and sometimes if the shows have been boring or haven't got into them or whatever the case may be, or I just missed them all in general, that's why I missed them. But right now, we're trying to get back into this. So we got NXT Stand Deliver, which is coming this Saturday. I plan on doing a combined review of NXT Takeover Stand Deliver and WrestleMania Night 1 in my live stream. So because it's going to be a lot, and I have to work on Saturday, so I have to actually watch NXT at work because it's going to be coming on at noon. I'm like, what? But I get off in time for WrestleMania, so that's what the live stream hopefully is going to be on. Me and Q Flow should be a part of that one, and then me and Prime should be available for the live stream on Sunday. So make sure you guys stay tuned for all that great stuff. So Stand Delivers here, so we got to take care of that, and then it's the go home show to that. So we'll give you a quick breakdown of what happened on NXT. So NXT starts off with an awesome six-man tag team matches because WWE is great at doing six-man tag team matches when it comes to Imperium taking on the likes of LA Knight and MSK. And I'm telling you, this is a great opener to kick off NXT. And I'm like, seeing still seeing Walter and Imperium in there, along taking on LA Knight. So LA Knight is going to get that matchup with Gunther at Stand Deliver. So this is the first time I think it's 6 matches there, but these two teams put it all out there on the line like that. But then Fabian Eichner hit a huge run of clotheslines and covers what was it, Nash Carter, Wesley and Nash Carter's for the pin. So it was a very good opener. Not gonna get into too many details about the match. That's not what this review is because I'm not gonna get into too many details like that. But then we get a promo with Kaylee Ray and Io Shirai. They cut a promo together saying, how they get their payback against Toxic Attraction. But Mandy Rose can beat any woman on NXT, so they can see if she can beat the 3 of them at the same time. And Kaylee Ray says that she will make sure that the NXT Women's Champion walks out with the best there is. Then Shirai says it'll because she will win, and they both said let the best woman win. So I still don't understand why they dropped the tag team thing. I know people were saying that maybe somebody was injured. I'm not necessarily sure, but it just didn't work out well for me. Ivy Now versus Tiffany Stratton. Ivy Now really getting on board with Ivy Now here. Had a pretty good squash match against Tiffany Stratton, and then wins with a grabber choke to win. So Ciampa's backstage in one of the best promos of the night. Obviously talks about his time at NXT and talks about the time that, of course, it may be coming to an end. That Stand Deliver on Saturday against Tony D'Angelo, and he gets up from his steel chair and then talks about how we made black and gold matches together. He puts his steel chair up, and it has his time in September coming in 2015 all the way to April 2nd, 2022. So I was like, so I don't know if he's getting called to the main roster. I know Ciampa don't want to go to no main roster, but I do. Or if he's going to leave, or I don't know. I don't know what the case is going on with Ciampa, but I think that he's done all he can do in NXT. He's been a tag team. He's been champion. Of course, he did the North American Championship, but he's past that already. And like I said, he's part of the originals that's fading out. Miguel Del Fantasma goes up next against Josh Briggs and Brooke Jensen. So, I'm not getting really behind boot scooting as Trick Williams used to call him, but there was a nice 450 splash off by Joaquin Wild, I believe it was. That he got caught in like a choke by one of the Briggs, something like that. But he gets him a choke slam, and then Brooks Jensen hits the high low for the win. So they end up winning the matchup. There's a lot of interviews backstage with Cameron Grimes and AK and Roshan about the triple threat match later on. Natasha Attraction gets into the ring, and then they cut a promo, and talk about Mandy Rose, did the best match in the game, and all that kind of stuff like that. However, the business taken care of tonight, Wendy Chu and Dakota Kai, didn't hear from them because Dakota Kai found like Wendy Chu's like she got mutilated. Don't know what happened to Wendy Chu. Like her pillow was smashed up and all stuff like that. But when it comes to they'll walk into all the goal was stand deliver, and then they'll walk out, and then Dakota comes running down Texas Attraction. But of course the numbers game. Raquel Gonzalez comes back and makes a return, and then they like got back together. Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez, which I do like the team. I don't like how they got back together, to be completely honest with you. And so they lifted the titles, and I'm like, so are they gonna go for the tag team championships and stand deliver? Or is this an extra match they're gonna add on? Because I don't think the takeover should be past 5 matches, but now if they add on like 7, I don't know that like that. And once again, it's a lack of a storyline. Same thing what I said about Naomi and Sasha Banks on SmackDown, where these women have history. It ain't like, because let me just like throw tag teams together because Vince don't like tag teams, but Dakota and Raquel got history. And why would Raquel do storyline just trust Dakota Kai all over again? And same thing when it came to Team Bad. It's like, why would Naomi just go back with Sasha? Or like, why couldn't they just like, like be healed together? Like, it's just so weird how they treat the women's tag team division. Von Wagner match. The less I say about a Von Wagner match, the better. Von Wagner picks up the win here. I'm not a fan of Von. Oh, Ikemen Jiro, I believe his name. He goes up against, right? I'm not sure. I thought it was because he ripped up his jacket. So I don't know if that was. Oh no, I'm sorry. He goes up against Body Hayward. I'm reading it up now. I'm sorry. Ikemen Jiro comes up at the end and he gets his jacket ripped. So as you can tell, I have no interest in the Von Wagner match. Don't pay attention. I looked up. Von Wagner was coming up. Looked away. Come back. Turn up jacket. That's all. See what it is. Same thing with Joe Gacy taking on Draco Anthony. When Joe Gacy first came out, I was intrigued by the character. I was intrigued by woke Kevin Owens. Okay, that's why it was like what they were trying to do. And something just happened where I am not into Joe Gacy anymore. Like I was like, in the beginning, I was into his stick and see where it was going to go. And I like the way that they thought he was canceled. Then he comes back. I'm like, okay, so we're getting somewhere with this. But now I'm not into Joe Gacy anymore. Like I said, and I don't know if it was the Harlem parent or if he's just becoming any kind of random type of thing. But I was like, I think his character's taking a change, which I don't care for anymore. You know what I'm saying? He's less interesting to me. But that could be opinionated. But it's Joe Gacy versus Draco Anthony. And since Draco Anthony has debuted, I don't think he has won a match yet. So Draco Anthony loses, Joe Gacy wins the matchup. Nicole Lyons taking on Saloni Jacobs. It's what it is. It's a Nicole Lyons match. You get to see her split. And there it is. So, but we got the qualifier match, the triple threat qualifier match for the second chance for the North American Championship. A-Kid taking on Roderick Strong, taking on Cameron Grimes. My first time seeing an A-Kid match because I saw him as DLC. I was like, who the hell is A-Kid? He came in NXT, and then I know probably he's from NXT. He was from UK, then he came to NXT, and he's had great matches. No, I'm not. Well, he's great to watch wrestle stuff. I haven't seen any AK, but he was impressive in this matchup. To be honest with you, like Cameron Grimes like lifting him over. He does like a double drop kick to Roderick Strong. It's a really fast paced 100 miles per hour type of matchup. But AK drops him. Drops Roderick Strong on top of Grimes, and he goes right up for Anita Ryder, but then Grimes connects with the cave-in on Roderick Strong, and then Cameron Grimes was the matchup, which I called back during my Stand Deliver because we did the predictions already. I already knew Cameron Grimes was going to win that. But after the matchup, all the members of the ladder match come out there and they start brawling. That's the way NXT. So it starts great, ends great, the middle forgettable, and that's usually what's been happening with NXT in recent weeks. And like I said, a lot of promo stuff before, because NXT now is what I have on the back. It's kind of like how I treat a lot of wrestling, to be honest with you, minus AEW. A lot is when I just watch it in the background as I'm doing other stuff. If I'm cleaning or I'm doing anything, or I'm just in my own little world. That's how I've been doing it. But I'm gonna try to get better at that because now it's time to go on to AEW Dynamite. So Dynamite got a full list of matches going on today, and we get the first matchup for the Owen Hart tournament, like the qualifier, and who the mystery person is going to be. And so we're definitely going to obviously get into that. But we kick off Dynamite with CM Punk taking on Max Caster, which you know what's funny. Q-Flow sent in our Nerdgasm group chat. He was just like, so y'all all seen the slap on Sunday between Wilson and Chris Rock. And he's like, who's the first wrestler that's going to make a reference to that slap? Now, at first, it wasn't clicking in my head. And then Corey Graves made a joke with bisexual, like, yo, keep your my fiance's name out your mouth type thing, okay, right? But I was like, why didn't I say Max Caster? Because I was like, you know what? Every time something happens, he's right there on it. And he's on all the social media so that he comes out and makes a rap about it every week, whether he's on Dynamite or he's on Rampage. And of course, he did a Will Smith rap. That's the first name he said. The first thing he said about I'll slap you like Will Smith. And I was like, okay, there you go. I should know Max Caster should have been the one to do that. I was like, why didn't I say Max Caster? But anyway. I don't remember the whole rap, but him versus CM Punk. Actually, Max Caster gives CM Punk a run for his money. He actually does pretty good with it. But CM Punk beats him down and gives. He's about to go for a GTS, but Max Caster gets out of it. Max Caster goes for the mic drop, and CM Punk gets out the way, and then he he hits him with a pile driver, and then puts him in any kind of vice, and then he taps out. So. Tony Schiavone gets into the ring. He says, well, we see at the match you doing this symbol. So, what does that mean? He said, Tony, you're not stupid. I'm like, yeah, Tony, you're really not stupid. And he says, whether it be Adam Cole, baby, even doing the RVD thing, or it be looking down the barrel of some cowboy shit, he's going after the AEW championship. So I think what's going to happen is, because, MJF won a match, CM Punk won a match. If CM Punk wins the championship, MJF is going to win it from CM Punk. That's how MJF wins the feud. That's how CM Punk puts MJF over. That's how I think it's going to be. But whether it be CM Punk versus Adam Page or CM Punk versus Adam Cole, it'll still be a good match regardless. So backstage we have Alex Marvez interviewing FTR MJF backstage as they putting up these signs about Wardlow, but FTR is like, look, you're our boy, but so is Wardlow. This ain't, pinnacle stuff, and we ain't getting in between the problems that you got, so don't even put us in between that. Jay Lethal taking on John Moxley up. Jay Lethal tries to do the Ring of Honor thing, gives him the handshake. John Moxley's like, nah, we ain't doing that right now after the match. So they have a really good, entertaining matchup. There's a couple times where I was like, oh, Jay Lethal, can he pull this out? But I was like, but Jay Lethal is another one who came over a great time from Ring of Honor, but it's like he's been over there just putting over a lot of guys. But Moxley does hit him with a quick paradigm shift, and then rolls Jay Lethal over. And after the match, he goes for the handshake. Jay Lethal is regretful of doing it at first, but then eventually does do it. So it really is a good matchup between them two. Then we have for the AAA Tag Team Champions, FTR taking on the Gun Club, Austin and Colton Gunn, Billy Gunn's kids. In an entertaining matchup, but that wasn't the most entertaining part of the matchup. Is that we see get a Karen backstage, and Wardlow is coming from the backstage, and the security trying to stop him. He's beating the people up. He threw one guy in a trash can, pop bomb another security guard on the popcorn table, and then knock the other security guard. They start coming down in the crowd, and then points at MJF and starts coming down. MJF is funny on commentary, like, "Yo, stop him! Do you see what he's doing? Like, stop, do your job, security. Do your job. Where did you get security from? This security sucks." So Warlock just kicking security guys down, so he's gonna kick him out the motherfucking window. So he kicked him down the steps, and when he gets down there, there's about 15 security guards that come in and ransack him, and then they go and push him out the matchup, or push him out the way from getting MJF. But then we go back to the matchup, and then that's when FTR hits the Shatter Machine on, I want to say, Austin Gunn. Even I know it's not called a Shatter Machine, but whoever cares, I like the Shatter Machine name better. So at the end of the ring, MJF was kind of trying to congratulate FTR. But FTR was like, no, man, what is all this? We not part. This is not Pinnacle business, okay? And whatever's going between you and Warlow, y'all keep it there. MJF is trying to, calm them down, stuff like that. So could be a face turn for FTR. Who knows about that? Chris Jericho and the Jericho Appreciation Society are out or backstage, and they come out there and they chop themselves over. But then fast forward, because I was watching this in the background, Eddie Kingston along with Santana Ortiz, they come out and they start attacking Jericho, but Jericho does hit Kingston with a Judas effect, and then Jericho and his posse gets out of there. Willie Yuta taking on Bryan Danielson with William Regal. This matchup was another good one also, and Will Yuta was actually being kind of cocky in the ring when facing everybody. He was doing different holds, different bridges, and he was sitting there crossing his arms. He's doing like a bridge figure four to the Bryan Danielson, and I think he was this match really trying to impress Regal, but as Bryan hit the running knee on Will Yuta, he's about to go for his head stomps, and then Will Yuta just spits a glob right into Daniel Bryan's face, and he's like, "What?" You just see it like drip down. I'm like, that's just fucking disgusting. I hate spit spots, to be honest with you, and it just, I understand Brett Bill's story, stuff like that, because Randy Orton used to get the worst shit, and I'm just like, that'd be the most gross shit ever. And I'm just like, but then by stomping him in his fucking head, and then he beats him down, and then he hits him with like a gotcha style pile driver and puts him in the crossface, and then he has to tap out. So yeah, he got like real pissed after that, which I would too. There was a Undisputed Elite, which they call it, so not Undisputed Era, the Undisputed Elite Championship celebration, which they stole Jurassic Express, and they stole Hangman Page's championship. So they're in there celebrating. I like how they got the little name tags over like Bobby, Kyle, and Cole over the championships. I like the masking tape. I thought that was cool. But then Hangman Page comes down, and him and Jurassic Express come down and beat them down, get their belts back and stuff like that. So maybe a 6-man tag next week. But I think we're tired of seeing a 6-man tag. I think in 2 weeks he defends the belt. So we're going to have to see where that goes. Thunder Rosa comes out for an interview with Tony Schiavone, and then talks about her celebration was cut short last week, but she's the first Mexican-born wrestler to become a champ, and is happy here in AEW. I don't know if she means women's champion or whatever the case may be, because we have a lot of Mexican-born champions. I think I misread or misheard that. She fought her way to the top, but then she wants to be the face of all women's wrestling. But every time I get to the top, there's always bullies that want to bring me down. Pillars that got knocked down, but foundations remain standing. And I'm the foundation in this company. Whoever wants me, come get me. And excuse my daughter. But and Nyla Rose, I didn't go through hell for anyone to attack me, so I want to wrestle the best in the world, and I will defend this. So there you have it. The whole Hard Foundation Women's Tournament qualifier. So whoever wins this goes to the tournament. So the bunny comes out. As soon as I seen the bunny, I said, Toni Storm's going to eliminate her. And who comes out? It's Toni Storm. Toni Storm, like, she walked straight from SmackDown to AEW. It's like, she left and she just walked from SmackDown. Took her about a couple days, like 6-some days, and she walked right into AEW. Now the hair is all down. She's got a leather jacket on. Just like, look, let's do this. And once again, Toni Storm had a decent matchup, but then if she wins the match, so she qualifies for the Owen. I don't know if she's fully all elite yet, or they may have said if she is or not. I'm not sure. Darby Allin taking on Andrade El Idolo is the main event of this show, and did this matchup get started really quickly? And I thought these two was going to have a good match anyway. Then during the match, Sting is out there, and of course, here comes the Butcher and the Blade and the rest of the Andrade family order. Or I guess he got the faction now. And Darby gets distracted and then goes and does a dive off out the ring into them, taking them all out because he was beating up Sting. And then Darby comes in there, and Andrade goes for like a roll up, picks him up and like throws him into the corner, and then hits his hammerlock DDT, picks up the win. And then after that, they start jumping him. Then here comes Private Party coming in and jumping him. I was like, I thought Private Party, like, they need to go face it. They need to go back to Private Party. Leave this office shit. Okay, the whole purpose, I was like, if y'all want to work with Matt, fine, but I want like a Private Party Hardy Boys feud. Which still may happen. But then after that, here come the Hardy Boys coming down. Jeff don't have no time to dance because Isaiah Cassidy stops that shit on the ramp. But man takes him out with a chair. According to what they said, they have a tables match with the Butcher and the Blade next week on Dynamite. But they come down and help save the day. So that's how Dynamite. After Matt Hardy gives Mark Quinn a twist of fate, Jeff gives his swanton. He just lands all on Mark Quinn. You could takes the air out of him. And that was Dynamite this week, guys. So when it comes to Dynamite and NXT started good and ended good. I thought Dynamite was an overall better show throughout. So I give Dynamite, the better show for this week. But stay tuned this week because I'm going to have to make myself review SmackDown because I didn't get a chance to do review Raw and talk to you about, guys, what I felt about on Raw. Then, I may have an idea about that. I'm not sure. Let me think on that. I may do like a Raw and SmackDown super show because it was WrestleMania Raw, WrestleMania SmackDown. So I may do it that way. Who knows? But right now, post your comments down below. Which shows you like more this week. Hit the like button if you guys enjoyed my review. Hit the subscribe button for more the NXT and AEW videos right here on NC Studios. Once again, it's NC and place to be. Jones Mr. A&D, and the Nerd Coalition is out.